Boruto Tubu Vortex has been on an absolute just godly roll this whole entire half of a year that it's been released. We're only on chapter 6 and I couldn't help myself but make a recap of all 6 chapters so far, so you already know the role. Let's get right to it. 3 years after Boruto and Sasuke departed from Konoha, Sarada attempts yet again to defend Boruto to Shikamaru, who now holds the title of the 8th Hokage. Shikamaru firmly believes Boruto has repeatedly overstepped his bounds despite numerous chances. Konohamaru, serving as Shikamaru's aide, corroborates this with Ada's account, backed by her Senringan powers. Shikamaru expresses that even if he withdrew the orders to eliminate Boruto, the village's resentment for Naruto's death would persist. He advises Sarada to focus on her missions instead. Sarada's sharp retort to Shikamaru leads him to worry about her future as a shinobi, hinting she may remain a genin indefinitely. She questions if this is linked to Sasuke's status as a traitor, but Shikamaru refutes this. Sarada cites Naruto's legacy of redeeming Sasuke, a rogue ninja, and ascending to Hokage while still a genin, asserting Naruto as her true inspiration and not Shikamaru. Meanwhile, Kawaki visits Naruto and Hinata, who are incarcerated. Sarada shares the details of her heated exchange with Sumire, who reflects on how their acknowledgement of the true past brands themselves as anomalies. Initial skepticism, even from Shikamaru, about inconsistencies like Kawaki's karma-modified body and Momoshiki's non-presence in Kawaki faded over time under the influence of omnipotence. They pondered the feasibility of challenging such a power and decide to meet Ada and Damon. Damon views the situation as a no-win scenario, while Ada starts to grasp the workings of omnipotence. She explains its nature and function, unsure of a way to reverse its effects, and skeptical about convincing those under its influence. Sarada finds Ada's explanation credible for sharing with others, but Ada highlights that to the rest, it's Sarada and Sumire's memories that seem altered. Ada suggests crafting new memories comes with its own dangers. Their intact memories, despite not being Otsutsuki, puzzle her, leading her to question if they too are under her spell. Remembering Shikamaru's caution about being discreet, especially around Damon, they downplay their intentions. Damon, however, remains observant. Mitsuki visits Kawaki, who is unsettled by Mitsuki's apparent intent to harm. Kawaki suspects Boruto still aims to kill him, possibly having developed the skill to mask his chakra. While Kawaki acknowledges Mitsuki's protective stance, he asks him not to shadow him excessively. Learning of newly found claw marks, Kawaki departs swiftly, leaving Mitsuki musing about his bond with Kawaki. Himawari and Chocho engage in a sparring session, joined later by Shikadai and Inojin, who commend Himawari. She reveals her motivation to strengthen not just for her own sake, but to aid Boruto. The disparity between public opinion and her memories of Boruto, especially his protective nature, convinces her there's more to the story, and she holds onto hope that her father is still alive. Kawaki neutralizes a new detected claw mark. Konoha's ninjas speculate on Code's motives, given his proximity yet lack of direct assaults, suspecting Boruto might be his main target. Kawaki uncovers a claw mark on a fellow ninja, which he promptly eliminates. He informs Shikamaru and suggests examining those involved in the investigation for any similar marks. Suddenly, claw grime attacks erupt across the village. Shikamaru orders an evacuation, led by Konohamaru, while contemplating Code's timing for this assault. As Kawaki and Sarada confront the grime, more assailants appear via interconnected claw marks. Code makes his entrance, confronting Sarada in search for Boruto. She informs him of Boruto's absence over the past 3 years, but Code reveals his prolonged pursuit of Boruto. His strategy is to lure Boruto back by targeting his friends at Konoha. Boruto makes a dramatic entrance, stepping on Code's face and mocking his demeanor. Kawaki senses Boruto's arrival, as do the village censors, who alert Shikamaru. Ada begins monitoring the situation with her Senringan. Shikamaru focuses on combating Code, but remains vigilant to uncover Boruto's intentions. The confrontation between Boruto and Code unfolds, with Kawaki showing more interest in Boruto's unexpected return. Code is taken aback by Boruto's swift return, laminating his delay in attacking Konoha. Boruto confronts him, demanding the retraction of the claw grime, to which Code reacts skeptically, recalling Boruto's previous fight 2 years ago. Boruto stands firm, warning Code of a greater loss than just an eye if he persists. He then instructs Sarada to aid the civilians and promises a later discussion. Shikadai immobilizes 3 grimes, setting them up for Chocho's attack. As another grime appears behind Chocho, Inujin, aboard an ink bird with Himawari, intervenes. However, the grime damages the bird wing, throwing Himawari off balance. Kawaki, arriving mid-fight, instructs Inojin and Himawari to clear the area before engaging the grime. After saving Himawari, Kawaki expresses annoyance at her referring to him as Big Brother. Shikadai notes the enhanced strength of one particular grime, which surprises Kawaki by addressing him as an Otsutsuki and attacking him. Shikadai manages to paralyze it, but an infuriated Kawaki, resenting the Otsutsuki reference, destroys it using his karma. Despite the growing number of grime, Kawaki resolves to annihilate them all. Boruto, meanwhile, dispatches 6 grimes with ease, somewhat confirming his earlier threat to Code. Boruto remains unfazed by their numbers, viewing them as mere instruments, and doubts Code's comprehension of the Ten-Tails' terror. Sarada continues her assault, vanquishing more grime with her fire release, great fireball technique, and Chidori. Her prowess leads other Konoha shinobi to question her gaining status, though she believes ranks are irrelevant. When another grime attacks her, Soegi intervenes, but is bitten and consumed as the grime transforms into a tree. A similar fate befalls another shinobi. Code acknowledges the Ten-Tails' instinctual biting, noting their transformation into a god tree after consuming an Otsutsuki. Boruto cautions Code about the altered grime, urging him to eliminate them while still controllable to avert a catastrophic future. Unfazed, Code remains fixated on his goal beyond the demise of the planet through a chakra fruit. Boruto proposes sparing Code in exchange for guiding him to the Ten-Tails' main body, insisting that defeating Code is simple but offering him a chance to avoid a meaningless death. Code dismisses Boruto as delusional, convinced of his own victory. As Boruto readies himself for another attack, Code recognizes his Rasengan but is surprised as the technique begins to envelop Boruto rather than forming solely in his hand. Code speculates whether Boruto's Rasengan is a vanishing type but quickly dismisses the idea. He attacks Boruto using his claw marks, but Boruto evades. In the ensuing struggle, Code grabs Boruto's wrist, but Boruto counters with his sword. Code doubts Boruto can hit him, but Boruto reveals his technique is already in effect. The swirling force begins to envelop Code, and Boruto presses him for the Ten-Tails' location, threatening his life. Code's counterattack failed to connect as Boruto's movement proved too elusive, negating the possibilities of clones or genjutsu. Boruto successfully lands his Rasengan, named Uzuhiko. Ada observes, unimpressed, but Damon acknowledges its ingenuity, noting its planetary spin utilization. Code struggles to stand, overcome by dizziness from Boruto's jutsu, which Boruto describes as a planetary counterattack, its effects persistent as long as the planet spins. Boruto offers to reverse these effects if Code leads him to the Ten-Tails. Kawaki, accompanied by Team 10 and Himawari, confronts Boruto. Shikadai questions Boruto's actions, but Boruto requests no interference in his negotiation. As Code tries to flee, Kawaki nullifies his claw marks, blocking his escape. Shikamaru demands an update. Kawaki reports having neutralized Code's marks and considers Boruto capable of defeating a weakened Code. Meanwhile, Code seizes an opportunity to escape through a claw grime thanks to Kawaki's distraction of Boruto. Shikamaru orders the elimination of all remaining grime. Sarada and another ninja inspect the tree encapsulating Soegi, deeming it a flawed god tree, yet they are certain Soegi's survival. Kawaki mocks Boruto's Uchiha-styled attire. Boruto is relieved to see Himawari unharmed. Kawaki suggests Boruto might have returned to Konoha to die, a notion not entirely unappealing to him, but Boruto insists he has unfinished business. A concealed toad in Boruto's collar relays that Code has reached his base, passing a tree where Bug lingers, and finds the emaciated Ten-Tails. The same toad on Code informs Boruto of the Ten-Tails' whereabouts. Code dismisses Boruto's earlier caution about the claw grime, believing their sole purpose is to consume. Meanwhile, the toad on Boruto urges haste, with Boruto admitting he lacks his grandfather's proficiency. Kawaki, noticing Boruto's one-sided conversation, is unaware of the toad. Boruto then teleports to Code using the Flying Thunder God technique, taking Code by surprise. Upon Boruto's arrival at the pen, he discovers the Ten-Tails missing. The toad on Code is baffled, considering Code's current incapacity to perform such a feat. Boruto spots a nearby claw grime tree, and a grime, mistaken by Code for Bug, appears. Boruto identifies it as a god tree, which attacks him, addressing him as an Otsutsuki and expressing a desire to consume him. Boruto repels it with lightning release, but it transforms its arm into a mouth. Boruto quickly teleports back to Code's side, where he nullifies the effect of his Rasengan Uzuhiko and readies for an attack. He reveals that those transformed into trees have become god trees. Soon, another self-aware god tree appears, floating above them, a development attributed to Code's meddling. A female god tree also emerges, mocking Code for being perpetually manipulated. The toad advises Boruto to retreat, but he notices yet another god tree. Back in Konoha, Kawaki briefs Shikamaru on Boruto's pursuit of code. Kawaki speculates about an insider in Konoha aiding Boruto, a notion Shikamaru dismisses due to monitored communications. Sarada enters, skeptical of Boruto's intentions, suggesting they verify the situation with Ada. Kawaki insists on Boruto's elimination as an Otsutsuki, a label Sarada points out to Kawaki as well. Kawaki accepts his fate, but is determined to eliminate other Otsutsuki first. Sarada vows to prevent Kawaki from harming Konoha. Shikamaru intervenes, inquiring about the god trees. Sarada shares that the victims are alive and suggesting allying with Boruto against Code. Despite the Toad's warning, Boruto engages in battle, fending off an attack from a Sasuke-like god tree. The two engage in a clash of Chidori and Rasengan. Simultaneously, the bug-like god tree interferes, seizing Boruto's sword, while the female god tree restrains him with earth release. Boruto tries to persuade Code to see the shared threat, as the god trees will consume him too. However, Code abandons Boruto, seeing an advantage in Boruto being devoured instead of him. Boruto narrowly escapes using the Flying Thunder God technique. The god tree in the sky observes Boruto's luck, noting their emergent curiosity currently surpasses their instinct to devour. Nevertheless, it remains convinced that Boruto can't evade his destined fate. Exhausted, Boruto leans against a tree, where he encounters Koji Kashin, who scolds him for his reckless actions. Boruto expresses regret, acknowledging that Sasuke, entwined in the tree, will have to wait longer for rescue. During a flashback to 3 years Boruto spent away from Konoha, he sharpens his Kenjutsu skills. During a break, he inquires Sasuke about his progress. Sasuke, recognizing Boruto's rapid learning ability, admits he has imparted almost all of his knowledge to Boruto. He draws parallels between Boruto's determination and Naruto's, understanding why Sarada entrusted him with Boruto's safety. He believes that Boruto and Sarada are key to resolving the ongoing crisis. In a subsequent encounter, Sasuke and Boruto confront Code and his claw Grimes. Sasuke manages to injure Code by slashing his left eye. Despite Boruto's earningness to assist, Sasuke insists on Boruto fleeing, aware that they are not yet capable of defeating Code. He urges Boruto to survive, further his training, and look out for Sarada. Sasuke then launches into battle using lightning release. Boruto later returns to find Sasuke entrapped in a tree and retrieves his master's sword. In the present, Konohamaru along with Team 10 discovers Moegi enveloped by a tree while she was protecting civilians. They pledge to find a way to free her. Matsuri senses their combined feelings of sorrow and anger. Jura interprets these emotions as indications of individual consciousness among the god trees, which, despite being biologically identical, have developed unique desires to consume Otsutsuki. Bug's god tree and Hidari delve into the nature of the newfound emotions. Jura expresses a specific craving to devour Naruto, attributing this unusual inclination to their evolved state. As Ada observes, Jura encourages the god trees to pursue their individual targets. Matsuri fixates on Konohamaru as her target, while Hidari sets his sights on Sarada, with Jura endorsing his choice. Jura dismisses the significance of their existential queries, prioritizing their actions over their nature. Ada concludes that the god trees likely originated from the chakra of those consumed by the claw Grimes. Bug's god tree, sensing Ada's surveillance, chooses her as his target, startling her during a meal with Damon. Meanwhile, Sumire and Amato discuss Boruto's return. Sumire questions whether Boruto's death aligns with Amato's goal of reviving his daughter. Amato acknowledges this inconsistency, noting the discrepancy between his recollections and the physical evidence of his work in Kawaki, suggesting his memories might have been altered. Sai, observing the conversation, seeks Shikamaru's thoughts. Sumire informs Sarada of Amato's realization about his altered memories. Boruto then arrives, revealing Sasuke's self-doubt and his determination to save him, influenced by Sarada. Emotionally, Sarada embraces Boruto, scolding him for his tardiness, labeling him an idiot. Boruto apologizes and affirms his return home. In a meeting with Koharu and Hamura, Shikamaru is questioned about Boruto's recent return. He admits ignorance regarding Boruto's intentions, but highlights Boruto's crucial role in repelling Code. Hamura argues for Boruto's elimination to redeem Konoha's reputation following the incident with Kawaki and to appease the daimyo who influenced the village's financial resources. Koharu suggests Shikamaru permanently assume the Hokage role, a position he once proposed to hold for 3 years, to strengthen his authority in the Land of Fire, among other villages. Shikamaru promises to report back later. In his office, he requests Ino to personally bring him old mission records, signaling by tapping his temple. After she leaves, they establish a telepathic link. Shikamaru specifies he needs logs inaccessible to Ada, Amato, or Kaoki, involving only them in the conversation. Ino expresses her concern over this breach of protocol. Ada informs Kaoki about the god trees targeting Naruto. Kaoki is confident in his ability to defeat them. Damon notes that while Boruto and Sasuke's criminality might be overlooked, an attack on Naruto could reveal the truth about Boruto not having killed Naruto. Ada reapproaches Damon for his comment. Kaoki departs abruptly, telling Ada to monitor him if she chooses. Kaoki is unnerved by Mitsuki's surveillance, but Mitsuki counters that it's his assigned task. Sarada feels embarrassed about her emotional outburst and is unsure what to ask Boruto. Sumire breaks the tension. Boruto is relieved that they are safe and explains he's hiding his chakra to avoid detection, especially by Kaoki. He shares the news of Sasuke being consumed by the Ten Tails. Mitsuki, sensing Boruto's presence, readies a snake. Boruto blames himself, noting Sasuke's sacrifice for his escape. Sumire inquires why the Claw Grime are attacking Nanotsusuki. Boruto explains that the typical life cycle of a Ten Tails, which usually evolves into god trees after consuming the Otsutsuki, but notes an anomaly. Mitsuki informs Shikamaru of Boruto's presence, and they realize Boruto can master his chakra like Kaoki. Mitsuki incapacitates Kaoki with a snake bite to prevent him from chasing Boruto. Boruto theorizes that the premature evolution of god trees is due to the Claw Grimes. He notes that Cold, although not an Otsutsuki, possesses Ishiki's chakra and his karma. Shikamaru, connecting telepathically through Ino, advises Boruto to act natural as he's about to face an encounter. Mitsuki restrains Boruto with a snake and launches an assault. Boruto's sword shoots away and Boruto teleports to it. Sarada tries to pacify Mitsuki, but he persists. Boruto uses lightning release, purple lightning, to counter Mitsuki's ethereal sage mode snakes. Escaping Mitsuki's reach, Boruto vows to Sarada to save everyone transform into trees and to return. He expresses frustration to Shikamaru over the lack of private conversation, but Shikamaru explains his limitations in offering assistance without revealing himself. Shikamaru seeks Boruto's cooperation and questions his identity. Learning about Amato's doubts regarding his own memories provides clarity in contrasting Boruto and Kaoki's situations. Boruto lands outside Kaoki's sensory range, but within Ino's communication radius. He tells Shikamaru he needs to resolve an issue, prepared to confront Mitsuki, who is in pursuit. So boom, right there we have the just amazing action-packed Boruto 2 Vortex. I think every single chapter was a banger, and I keep on saying that this chapter is better than the last chapter, and I'm pretty sure with every chapter we're just gonna keep on saying that. But right there, it's just so amazing. It's so action-packed. It literally has you hyped. Boruto is literally becoming what we wish Naruto was in Naruto Shippuden. So we have that right there. And yes, with the One Piece videos, we do have the Wano arc still coming up, and we have Whole Cake Island coming up after that. I'm just in a bit of a workload. I am in college, so I'm trying to balance out both of those things. So with the content in the future, just to give you guys a little update, because why not? I think I'm going to keep on doing a lot of these arc explained videos and to expand past just Boruto and One Piece. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to finish out One Piece. I'm going to finish out Boruto. We're going to finish JJK, and we're going to go to other animes and do those explained as well. So I hope you guys are ready for that content. It's not going to be stacked up videos like I usually do. It's going to be more spaced out, so maybe 1 or 2 videos a week, so I can make sure I give you guys quality content and to be able to pass my classes as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, and you know the road. Until next time, peace out.